in the last 24 to 48 hours. I wasn't wondering if you had any opinion or comment on what's going on. And
No,
some
I
of the stuff
mean,
we're hearing.
You know, everybody knows for 30 years agents have been involved with players' families. This is nothing that would surprise anybody in coaching. Agents are trying to get clients. And when you have the one and done factor, they need to get them, or they can't wait 4 years. They go after them. That's not surprising. The thing that's been surprising this year is obviously the assistant coaches being involved. And then, you know, I don't know what the facts are, and I'm not going to comment on that. As far as what is happening in Arizona, I don't know. You know, coaches, you know. But as far as agents, I don't think there's anybody that has any doubt that agents are going to talk to parents. They're in the business of getting one guy as a $10 million deal. And if they can get to the parents or whoever, that has nothing to do with college basketball. We can't stop that. You know, players need to know better, but they don't know. And you don't solve it by paying players. Agents are going to still try to get the player. We've done a lot of things for players. Nobody mentions it, the cost of attendance, all the stuff that's been done. Most players, and I'm just, you know, pretty close to accurate, but most players get their full scholarship if they have a need at all. If they have a need for Pell, they get about $15,000. And if you get a full scholarship and about $15,000, and you're a college student, you should be okay. It's not like it used to be when you had no cost of attendance. We give an extra meal every day. And so I think, and I'm not opposed to giving players a little more money. That's fine. I don't have a problem with that. What's so disheartening for me is when people who are really intelligent keep saying they're making billions of dollars. We make our share just like everybody does at Syracuse. We make our share of the money, and we sell a lot of tickets. Our athletic department barely breaks even. Now, if you just say don't have any other sports, and basketball makes $16 million, then we should be giving it all back, a lot of it, to the players. But all that money pays for everything else. So, and the really thing that people don't ever stop and think, the guys that are really good, that we're using, I guess, they're going to make $100 million. Marvin Bagley is going to make $100 million. So is, you know, Wendell Carter. And guys like me that played, I got a free ride all the way through. I didn't have any debt. There's just so many misstatements and broad brush things about players that I just don't think are accurate or true anymore. But I've never been opposed. The cost of attendance was a great thing. And I think we can expand that. Parents should be able to come to a game. Parents should be able to go to every tournament game. We can do all that. I think that's good. That is not going to stop an agent from trying to get a player. This is one agent. Do you think these other agents aren't doing anything? Do you think they're just not going after parents, not talking to parents or anything? We have blinders on. We have blinders on. Agents are going to do that. We talk to our players. We talk to the parents. You know, we pray that that doesn't happen, that they'll wait. But when you know, you just, it's as obviously as you see with these things happen. The thing that ruins everything for me is when coaches get involved in this. Man, there's no understanding of that. There's just, I mean, I think it goes back to the old thing, well, somebody's gonna do it, so I'll do it, you know, and I hope that isn't the case. I don't think it is. The problem with this case, and when that happens, then, well, everybody's doing it. The statement one player made, everybody gets paid, is, you know, and I've always said, when you start listening to players, you're gone. About coaching or about, everybody gets paid in college. I don't think that's even remotely true, not even close. But, you know, the coaching thing, that's hard to get your hands around that. Really, it really is. You know.
Jimmy, do we have a problem if the NCAA changed the way players were allowed to interact with agents before?
You know, the whole thing has to be looked at holistically. I think that word's, I shouldn't use a word like that, but you gotta look at the whole thing and you gotta decide what can be done. I mean, I have no problem if some agent goes to one of my players and whatever they do, if it was legal, you know, and they do something, you know, trying to, you know, down the road. I mean, but it's hard to do that, because then there's a lot of good agents who don't do any of that. But if you open it up, then it's a free-for-all. It's just the same thing of, well, let them, the worst thing, and this guy's smart, well, they should just be able to do commercials. It's unbelievable what would happen if you did that. It's completely, you have no idea. There'd be someplace, oh yeah, you come here, you'll do a commercial here. It'll be $100,000. Perfectly legal. That, stuff like that would happen every day. But, you know, we've done a lot for players. I think we can do a little bit more. I think we should. We certainly can try to do more with summer basketball, but that's another big problem. And to think that a committee of people who some have no basketball experience whatsoever is going to come up with a solution for this, I hope so. I hope so. I don't have a lot of faith in something like that happening, but it's a difficult time right now for college basketball. You have to wait and see whatever all the stuff falls, whatever it all is, and then try to make some changes. It's not going to be easy. I mean, there's always been something in basketball. Same in football. I mean, it's nothing different. But hopefully they'll come through and get through this, get some solutions, and we've got a great game. It won't change the whole thing, but one and done would help get that out. It has to go, because the best players will be out of there. And hopefully you'll get guys that want to be in college. I don't mind guys coming for 1 year. It's fine. We've had them. But if they really want to go, they should be able to go. And Bill Gates didn't want to go to college. He did all right. I don't think you need to make people go to college. They don't make golfers or tennis players or anybody else go to college. So I don't think you need to do that. I think that will help a little bit. It won't change the whole thing, but I think that will help somewhat. But we've got a great game, and if we lose a few guys, all you do is you lose 6 or 8 guys a year. And more guys will see there's not much place up there, and you know, more guys will go. We got 350 schools. We got 3,500 players in college. We lose 8 guys a year. It's not going to change anything. Not one thing. Not one thing. There's tons of good teams right now that don't have a 1 and done or 2 and done or 3 and done player. So we can easily survive that. That's the next step, I think. Thank you.
Syracuse locker room's open. Thank you.
Coach,
I don't think I'm gonna get any.